This is Jane Wright. Today I'm going to show how to activate and treat a couple of the more difficult autonomic dysfunctions. This phenomena of activation is really something. That these mechanisms that we're going to utilize are only present in a latent form. They have to be set, they have to become operative, they have to be set in motion. Otherwise, this treatment doesn't work. And so I wanted to go over what activation was about. There's a center that is between 7 and 9 inches off the navel. So it begins 7 inches away from the navel and ends 9 inches away from the navel. So it's the center right here. And when, doing my research, when I first came upon this, I was told to, spiritually, I was told that this is an organ that has to do with ultimate human freedom in the long haul. And I can see now why that's the case, but it's pretty strange to be told something like that. But in any case, if the center is operative, once it's operative indefinitely for the rest of your life. You don't need to activate it every time you use it or anything like that. And so what you do is hold this center. Let me just grab a ruler here. So if you put that on your navel and 7 to 9 inches away from the body, there's this center here. What you do is if there's something you need to activate, you hold it, you encircle it in your hands, like this. The first one we're going to activate is a column that runs from the bump behind the ear, which is called the mastoid process, to the very center of the back of the head. It goes all the way down to the tailbone and the ischium, the bone you sit on. And so to activate that, I've got a hold of this large, very large sphere. And all the activation is to synchronously to move both up, down, left, right a few times in a row. It's like making a T or a cross. And for those who can perceive it, there's a therapeutic activity that will kick in once it's in the process of being activated. But for those who can't perceive that, it's kind of like a little motor going on underneath your hands. You would just do that 15 times and then hold for 45 seconds, and there you go. Then you're activated. So, not all of these autonomic dysfunctions are activated that way, but a number of them are. And so these ones that I'm going to go over today are as well. So, what are we going to activate? I alluded to this large column that goes down goes from the bump behind the ear on one side to the center of the head, goes all the way down to the tailbone and over to the bone you sit on. Now, there's a mirror image of that. There's one on the left, there's one on the right, and there's one that does both of them at the same time. Can you see that? And so, if I were going to activate these three things, I would start with one, and fingers down the center of the back of the head, thumb at the bump behind the ear, which is called the mastoid process, and 7 to 9 inches out from the navel. Okay, I'm just going to do this crisscross phenomena 15 times. And when you get to 15, it's activated. Then you do the same thing on the other side. Bump behind the ear, down the center of the back of the head, 7 to 9 inches, body inches out from the navel. And again, do this crisscross thing. Up, down, left, right. Up, down, left, right. And then that's activated. And then to do both at once, how are you going to do that? Well, you would hold both at the back, and then imagine another hand at the 7 to 9 inch point that you're doing this synchronous activation with. So if you have a friend, you can have them do the one part, but otherwise you do need it. So